Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this particular video, we'll be looking into the trending protocol A2A protocol, that is agent to agent protocol. So, what exactly this A2A hype is all about? Everywhere it is A2A, A2A with Landgraph, A2A with MCP, but what exactly is this? We'll be looking into it in detail in this particular video. So, by the definition, A2A agent to agent is nothing but an open enterprise grade protocol which is developed by Google in collaboration with 50 plus major partners. This is to enable the seamless inter agent collaboration. So, yes, the definition might look confusing, but let me tell you, this is very simple. Let's take a simple example of one LLM. Now, what exactly is the task of an LLM? Basically, it takes an input and it gives the output as per the instruction that we provide. When a LLM has access to certain tools, now it can be any tool, it depends on the specialization. Now, when we attach tools to an LLM, it becomes a specialized entity, and that is what we call it as an agent. So basically, an agent is nothing but a smart LLM which has the capabilities, or I would say the accessibilities to the tools. Tools can be multiple. So now when it comes to MCP, so yes, you might have heard of it. When it comes to MCP, so basically this MCP protocol is concerned to establish a communication between the LLM and tools. So MCP's major work is to establish a seamless standardized communication between LLM and tools. Let's say the first agent is specialized to perform to fix grammar, grammar in any sentence in any paragraph. Or let's say whatever the user wants the agent to write, this particular agent is specially associated for fixing the grammar inside that particular content, whatever is getting created. And the second agent is nothing but a writer agent. So now when it comes to A2A, it enables these two agents to communicate. We have two agents over here. The first agent is a grammar agent which fixes the grammar inside the content. The second agent is the writer agent which writes the content for the user as per the query specified. Now, whenever a user query is given, so basically it is given to the agents with the help of a client. Client receives the user query, and that query will then be analyzed. Now, based on the query and the available agents, and the client will have an access to all the agents with the help of a card. We'll be looking into it further. Through that, it will understand and analyze which agent it has to call. It will simply call that particular agent first. Let's say it calls the writer agent. The writer agents with the help the writer agent with the help of the available tools will write a content. Now, this writer agent, whatever it creates, the content gets back to the client. The client decides whether this is okay to post it to the user, or there are some grammar fixes required in this particular content. As per that, it will call another agent, that is the grammar agent. It will fix the content. The whatever processing has to be done, it will be done with the help of the tools that the grammar agent has. And then again, it will send it back to the client. This happens, and once it is done, the created content will be sent back to the user. This is how the A2A protocol works. Now, here I have only taken the example of two agents, but in a real world case, there can be multiple agents. There can be multiple such scenarios which can be plotted, and through which huge difficulties, or I would say huge use cases, can be simply resolved. The architecture might look complex, but once you get it, you will find it interesting to build different several agents. Let's see the components of A2A protocol. The components is very crucial to understand because it is something which is confusing, and at first you might find it difficult, but trust me, if you listen to this particular video carefully, I am damn sure it won't be that difficult for you. So let's start. So let's go ahead with the components of A2A protocol. So over here you can see the first core component is the agent card, which is used for discovering. So basically, let me tell you, an agent card is nothing but an identity card for a particular agent. It is nothing but a JSON, a business card hosted at this particular location. Dot well known slash dot well known slash agent dot JSON. It contains the detailing agent identity, the capabilities, the supported modalities, that is the text, audio, video, endpoint URLs, auth methods, etc. So basically, an overall, in general, if I would like to say, it contains the address of the agent, where it is located. It contains the name of the agent. It contains the qualification of the agent, that is the capabilities that it has. It contains the endpoint URLs, means the address where it is located, the auth methods, and so on. So all the details will be present in this particular agent card. Let's take a simple example. Over here, let's say we have a hotel agent, comfy hotel agent. So here, this is the agent card of it. It contains the agent ID. It contains the name of the agent, the capabilities that it has. For example, it can search for hotels. It can simply book the hotels. So these two are the capabilities of it, or I would say these two are the tools of that particular agent that it has an access to. Next is the endpoint. This is nothing but the address where the agent is located. It is located at hotel.example.com/A2A. Next is the auth method. So it contains the type, whatever authorization it supports, it will contain it in here. Next, the modalities, whatever supported data it can contain, it is present over here. So you can see overall this is an example of an agent card. This is an identity of any agent. I hope this is clear. And pause the video and tell me in the comment section, why is this important? Okay, if you are back, let me tell you the answer. Whenever the client receives the user query, the client will first look at the agent cards of all the agents. This agent card will be responsible for representing any agent. As per the user query, the client will first analyze the agent cards, and based on the agent card, it will decide which agent to call. So, this is very important. Next, so this was the first component. Next, we have the transport and protocol. So basically this uses HTTP or HTTPS for request, JSON RCP for structured messaging, server sent events, SSE for streaming and real-time updates. So basically this is all related to the transportation, how the protocol will be transported. It supports synchronous RPCs and asynchronous flows also. It has something called as task slash send, task get, task send subscribe, task cancel, etc. So all these things are nothing but the transport methods. For example, the task is sent, it is received, it is sent subscribe, or it is cancelled. This information will be stored, or I would say this information will be received from this particular transport. Next component is the task object and lifecycle. Each interaction is a task. This is important, listen it carefully. Each interaction is a task. JSON with fields like task ID, type, parameters, or state. Now, whenever agent communicates with other agent, it will obviously communicate with the help of a JSON only, because agent doesn't have voice like humans. It will communicate with the help of the JSON format. For example, it can contain task IDs. Each task has a unique ID, the type, the parameter, the state. State is nothing but whether the task is submitted, whether it is under working, whether the input is required from the user, whether it is completed, whether it is failed, whether it is cancelled. All these things will be stored inside the states variable, which is itself a parameter in the task object. Okay. Also, this task object enables long running tasks, progress updates, and mid task input request. So you can see that this particular component is nothing but a medium through which agents communicate with each other. So I hope this is clear. Next, we have message structure and parts. So obviously, whatever communication will be happening, it will be through messages. The message has some structure. Messages are broken into parts, each tagged with content type, the text, whether it is a text plain, whether it is an application JSON, whether it is an image or a PNG file, etc. It enables the content negotiation. Agents can request their preferred formats. Now you might be wondering what exactly is the difference between task object and message structure. It is nothing but task object is nothing but your overall job being assigned. For example, if I would say summarize the content is nothing but one field which is present inside the task. So this is an overall, I would say, overall representation of whatever work is assigned. The summarization, that is the work. So this comes in that inside the task object. Next, we have the message structure. Here the actual content will come, the actual content, whatever is being received or whatever is being sent. You can see it supports the type, text plain, application JSON, image. This is nothing but the actual value that is getting returned as for the task. Each part has a content type in these formats. Now an example could be a chunk of text, a JSON, or anything else. Next, we have artifacts. Artifacts are nothing but the task results that are returned by the agents. It can be a text file, it can be a JSON data, it can be media. So when a task completes, how does the agent return? So when a task completes, the agent returns an artifact. A2A uses artifact object. Artifacts are attached to the A2A task results and can contain various data types. Multiple artifacts can be returned per task. So remember this, not only a single artifact can be returned for a task, multiple can be returned, allowing rich responses like reports or images. So now don't worry, I'll also show you an example how an artifact is returned with the help of an example. We will be looking into it in this particular video only. Next is the security and observability. This is also one of the component. Here it here the A2A protocol has built-in authorizations, HTTPS, mutual TLS, API keys. All these things are taken care. This is designed for enterprise auditing. JSON RPC calls must be authenticated. Observability hooks trace which agent did what and when. So all these things will be tracked and captured inside our A2A protocol as a component. So I hope an overview of the A2A components, what it includes, and what exactly are the rules of it. At least some idea is clear to you all. I'm not assuming that 100% of the entire components are clear. At least 40, yes, 40% at least. Now, let's take a very beautiful example which will clear your doubts. Trust me, this example will clear around 90 to 95% of your doubts. Let's move to it. This is our example use case. The use case is all about block to newsletter automation. Now, what exactly is the goal for this? A user wants to convert a blog post into a concise newsletter email with a visual summary. Now, if you just ignore this thing, by just reading this, we have three things that comes in mind. First is the concise newsletter. That means we have to convert this blog post in this thing, right? So for that, obviously, we'll be requiring something related to writer agent. Next, we'll also require an email. Obviously, one single agent cannot be expert in writing a concise information, or I would say in converting an information into concise information, and the same agent cannot convert that concise information into an email. So we'll obviously be having multiple agents for this. Next, It also requires a visual summary. That means again a new requirement of agent comes. So that is why from just reading this particular one single line of goal, we can simply take out three agents out of it. First is the summarizer agent, second is the image generator agent, and third is the email composer agent. It summarizes This summarizer agent summarizes the long context into 3-4 bullet points. Image generator agent will simply create a header image from the topic. The email composer agent will simply format the summary into newsletter ready email. So just to summarize, these are the agent involved. Summarizer agent capability is what? Summarize text. Image agent capability is to generate images, and email agent capability is to generate email. Once this thing is clear, let's now dive into how this A2A will work in this particular case where we have three different agents. How the communication will happen, how the client will initiate the process, how the task will be done, how the results will be given back to the user. Everything will be looking into here. So the very first thing any A2A protocol starts with is the discovery part. Whenever the client receives the user query, the discovery starts. So basically, the controller agent, the main agent initiating the task, fetches the agent cards of all the three agents. Now, as I said already, agent cards are nothing but the identity of any agent. All these agent cards of all the agents will be fetched first and it will be analyzed. So that will be done with the help of this, getting the path, getting the agent cards which are stored in this particular path. Let's assume it's stored in this particular path, that is dot well known slash agent dot json. Once all the agent cards are received, the controller agent will simply read all those. See, first agent card is summarizer agent card. Capabilities are summarized text. Endpoint is this. That means this particular agent is stored at this particular location. Remember, this is the location of the agent cards and this is the location of the agents where it is running. Okay. Next, it will repeat for the other two agents also, the image generator and the composer email agent. So now once this task is done, the next task is to summarize the block, right? So obviously the agent cards will be analyzed, and as per the intelligence, relevant agent will be chosen. So over here you can see the controller sends a task to the summarizer agent. Obviously the input will not be sent as it is this query, the user query will not be sent as it is to the summarizer agent, it will be sent in the form of a task. And that will look something like this. Type is summarized text, parameters are the actual text that is to be summarized. Next, once this is done, then updates will be thrown. Streaming updates, since we have used SSE over here, that is the enabled streaming enabled transport. So that is why a state stream will be given, that is the state, whatever is the state it is working. The message will be given, that is analyzing the paragraphs, right? Because we are using a summarizer agent here, that is why this message is given. Now once this streaming is done, after the completion, that means after the completion of this particular agent, an artifact will be given as an output from that particular agent. So you can see how the artifact is. It is a list, as we already have seen that we can have multiple artifacts as the output from an agent. So here we have only one. It contains the content type, that is the plain text. Next is the text, that is the actual summarized version of whatever new the blog was inputted at the time of querying. So this is the completion of the very first agent. So I hope this thing is clear. Now once the completion is done, the second task is to generate the image using the summary as an input. See, once this artifact summary is given to the controller agent as an artifact, it will take that and it will send it to the generate image agent. So this will be acting as an input now. The summary will be acting as an input and it will be sent to the image agent with this particular task. type is generate image, and the parameters are the prompt. That is nothing but the summary. After the completion, an artifact will be sent back to the controller agent. Here the artifact content type is image, and it is having the data as the base64 encoded version of the image. Once this is done, you can see the next agent will receive the task. This is nothing but the compose newsletter agent, which will have both the summary as well as the image as an input. It will be sent with this particular task. Its task is to compose email. Parameters are title, body, that is nothing but the summary, image, that is nothing but the image that has got generated from the earlier agent. Now once this processing will be done from this particular compose newsletter agent, it will again throw the artifact, the output, which contains the content type as HTML because it's an email, and the text contains the actual HTML content, which is nothing but the email of that particular summary as well as the image. Once this is done, it will be given to the user. The execution gets completed, and whatever email has got drafted, it will be given to the user back. So over here you can see our main goal, that was to convert blog to newsletter, has got achieved with the help of A2A. This is extremely useful, and not only this particular thing does the task, it standardizes the task. The main motive of A2A is to standardize all these things. The communication between agent, the communication between LLM and tool, whatever happens, it will be standardized. It is in a standardized format. You can, if you explore the different libraries of A2A protocol, the Google's A2A SDK, if you look at that, it contains a proper format. In what format you have to write the agent, you have to write the code for agent, how to execute the agent, how you have to define the client, how the communication will happen. Everything is properly formatted over here. This obviously helps in debugging. And on top of everything, let me tell you one important uh, benefit of this particular A2A protocol is that if you have an agent which is built with one framework 1, and if you have another agent which is built with another framework, let's say this is your Langgraph agent, let's say this is your Agno agent, or Crew AI agent. Ideally, if you would want these two agents which are built from different frameworks to communicate, it wouldn't be possible. But through A2A, this is now possible. The communication between these two agents is now entirely possible. So this is a huge advantage in this era of agents. That is why this trend of A2A is increasing nowadays. And I would recommend you to explore it more and more. Of course, in the upcoming videos, I'll be giving you the code implementation of how we can implement this A2A protocol in detail with different examples. So stay tuned for that. Also, I hope this video must have cleared all your doubts regarding this particular A2A protocol. If you like this particular video, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Also hit the bell icon and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Please join me on Telegram. Thanks for watching. Have a good day ahead.